Okay, this is going to be how to put something you cut out onto a background. For instance, an employee, if you cut out an employee and want to put them on a background for a staff page, that's what was done here. Everybody took a separate picture in front of a white background. We removed the white background and put them in front of this yellow background with the little logo on it. Okay, so the way you do that is you have your two files open. You have your background image open, and you have your employee that you have already cut out and saved as a PNG. You can do this all in one, but this is easy enough too. All right, so I've got him open. I'm going to click on him, clicking and holding, and you can see it's moving around. Not only can I move him around in his own file, I can move him to a totally different file. Clicking and holding, and you can see the little plus sign in the box by the mouse that comes up that says I've got something loaded in the mouse basically, and when I let go of the mouse it's going to drop it. And there it is. Okay, so you can see his file was a lot bigger than this background one. So I'm going to make sure I'm clicked on him. I'm going to transform him, make him smaller so he fits. And there you can see he's on his blue background. If that's all you needed to do, you're good to go. One thing you can do is kind of clean up these edges of this selection. Maybe you couldn't really see it as much over here because he was on a clear background or a white background or whatever. But when you put him on a colored background, you can see it was a little messy where we did the selection around his hair. So one method to clean up the messiness there is to create a mask. Now this can be confusing. So we're going to click on our employee. We want to create a mask on his layer. To do that, we're going to go here and add layer mask. And what a mask does is let you do stuff to the mask, but it doesn't necessarily damage, so to speak, your actual file. So we've got our mask basically, and you can see over here there's a black and a white. So we're going to use our brush tool, which is right here, or you can just hit B on the keyboard. You can see we've got our brush circle. We're going to use this brush to color right here where these messy parts are. Anytime we color black, which is already selected, that puts a hole in him basically. That covers up whatever we're coloring over. You can see I'm coloring over here. It's not doing anything. So black reveals what is behind the mask. White black reveals whatever is behind the mask, so it puts a hole in what you're working on basically. If you use this little swapper guy right here and you make white in front, which means that's the one you're painting with, white will cover up what's behind it or undo what you did basically. So using that and zooming in, I'm going to have my brush tool on, and I want the one in front to be black. I'm going to make him really, really small. The other thing I'm going to do for my settings, I'm going to make the opacity only like 25 to start with. And I've got the hardness, which means how solid the edges are, is pretty low. It's at 6%, which is good because I want to just do a little bit at a time to try and clean this stuff up. So I've got my black selected, got my brush, and I'm going to start painting. So you can see it's doing very little bit at a time. So it's revealing the blue just a little bit. So let's bump this up a little bit to 50. See what it does. Oh, I had it on 5. No wonder it wasn't doing anything. 50. Okay, that's working a little faster. I cut out some of the skin, so you can either undo, or if you go, oops, you just switch. So your white is in front, and you paint over it. If you're fixing that, you're going to want to up that to 100. Not 1. Not 10. And fix that. So we fixed our mess up. We want to put black back in front. Do this as 50 again. Let's start cleaning this up. You can see it's kind of a slow process, but it'll make it look a lot better if you can get rid of some of these. You can see the blue was on the truck back here. Here. Say if I think I took too much off of his hair there. Switch it back. Add some of his hair back in. Holding down the space bar to drag it and move around faster. Okay, so let's zoom out and see how that looks. So from far away, as big as it's going to be, that doesn't look too bad. You can see we've got some funky stuff going on here with this white and this little red guy poking out. It's going to be easy to fix. So black, again, with my clicking B to do my brush. That's pretty straightforward. I want all of that gone, so I'm going to go and change that to 100. So it totally takes all of it away. When I'm right here on the shirt, that's more of a straight edge, a straight line. So you can change your brush type. You can see there are a ton of different brush types. I believe you can make it a block to make it a little more perfect, so you can get crazy, all that kind of stuff. So you can do that if you need to, and that helps. Fix all that. That's probably just the light in his hair. So we're going to say that's good enough for now. So that's how you kind of clean up your edges and put them on your background. And now you're just, when you're doing something like this where you've got multiple layers, this is only 2 layers, so it's not that bad. Say we had 10 layers, all this crazy stuff going on behind him. You would come over here to this little hamburger menu. After you have saved your Photoshop file so you don't lose anything, it's still editable. Come over here to this hamburger, click on that, and go to, you want to flatten layers, flatten image. So you click flatten image and you can see it makes it all one image. But now I can't move him around or anything. It's all one thing. But that's how you want to save your JPEG or your PNG, is flattened. It makes it more compressed.